Hi folks, all doing? Hero of None here with your Mundus Minute on October 29th, 2021. ESO news, luxury merchant, and golden merchant stuff, all in a few minutes. So first up in the news. Well, this is your last chance to enter for the Acts of Oblivion. I'm going to leave links down below, but again, it's a sweepstakes. Enter in. It's your last chance. I believe they're going to pull it on the 31st for anyone that has entered. Now, on the 1st, there's going to be a large patch on Monday. That's going to be with the Deadlands DLC, and they're expected longer downtime than normal. But with that patch, you're going to have several balance changes, a new armory system, and a new curated loot system as well. So, yeah, things are coming up on Monday. They look pretty exciting. Monday is also going to be your last chance to renew your experience buff for the Witches Festival and to get tickets. So I recommend doing it on each character, maybe even doing it on Sunday, just to be sure you get that experience buff carried over until you're ready to actually level up those characters. And finally, there is a new Crown Store update out on the ElderScrollsOnline.com. I'll leave a link down below. Let us look at the Luxury Merchant and the Golden Merchant for this week. First up, in the Luxury Merchants, a bunch of Harpy and Reachman stuff. And some Witches Remains, some Grisly things to add to your Halloween-themed houses. Get these all in Cold Harbor. This week only. Now, on the Golden Merchant this week, for 150k, Amulet of Winter's Respite. When you're casting an ability that leaves an effect on the ground, you'll create a healing frost for 10 seconds. You and your group members restore 2,853 health every 2 seconds, while inside the circles, an effect can occur once every 10 seconds and scales off your mass magicka or stamina. I'd actually recommend this set for new healers, but I would not recommend getting the gold set of it. I would just recommend going to Greymoor or even just searching out merchants and getting it from them instead. Also for 150k, Venomous Amulet here. Dealing critical damage inflicts Hunter's Venom for 10 seconds, dealing 3,621 poison damage to your target and enemies within 6 meters of them every 2 seconds. This effect can occur once every 15 seconds and scales off your higher weapon or spell damage. Interesting enough, I do recommend this set as well for medium builds, especially for PvP. This used to be a little bit more niche for PvP because proc sets didn't scale or didn't crit, so you didn't really get much benefit for stacking up critical, but now that it can, they kind of have a better synergy with it. But the gold version of it, a bit expensive. I recommend going to the Greymoor or just even on merchants and buying it instead. For 250k, Necklace of the Draugr. Weapon damage, spell critical, and gain a major brutality at all times. Increase your weapon damage by 20%. When you kill an enemy, you gain major expedition for 8 seconds. Increase your movement speed by 30%. I've seen people use it in PvP, PvE, not so much. Up to you if you want to grab it. I do know a lot of people will just get it at least for the 3-piece set here versus anything else. So if you're interested in it, this is the week to pick it up. And then finally, for 250k, Zen's Necklace. When your light attacks, the player touches Zen on enemies for 20 seconds. Enemies with touch of Zen receive 1% and more damage from each damage over time effect you place on them, up to 5%. You can only receive benefits from 1 touch of Zen per enemy. Yeah, I would pick this up if you're Flame DK. This is a kind of a niche set. You can go ahead and run Depths of Molitor? No, Lair of Marshlock. Sorry about that. Lairs of Marshlock, to get this set, it is hard to farm it though, so I probably would recommend actually buying this if you have a Flame DK. Just keep in mind, this only benefits for one person having Zens on, so check with your group if anyone has it. And again, this is like trials level gear here they'd be picking up. And then for 100k, Infernal Guardians of E-Pulse or Isar Paladrones, both of these had their places, but their shoulders, just gamble the keys. It's a lot easier. Anyway, I'm Hero of None. That's the Mundus Minute. See y'all in Tamriel.